Shalom Aleichem, beautiful, wonderful ones, and I hope the wisdom teachings we've been sharing have been heard, and my wanting is that all of these sharing sessions can hopefully uplift you and improve your life always. So today I wanted to share the following, that really if you think about it collectively, all human beings have certain basic needs. And we've broken down these needs in various ways. So we could break down the needs, not wants, but human needs in terms of spheres, several different ways. So we're going to share something that we've spoken about before. And that is, all human beings want to feel satisfied. All human beings want to feel safe. And all human beings want to feel seen and heard, want to experience being seen and heard. Now, when I say all, there are times where, for example, we don't want to feel safe because we're going, doing something radical, doing something a bit crazy. But on the whole, all human beings want to feel satisfied. All human beings want to feel safe. And all human beings want to be seen and heard. And there's something that ties all of that together in our interpersonal relationships, and that is what we call kavod, which are boundaries. All human beings have boundaries. Now, what satisfaction can be experienced as is positivity. It's being positive, it's having a nice experience, a good experience. As Rabbi Singer would say, there's two feelings the human being experiences, good and not good. We want to experience feeling good. It's better than feeling not good. All human beings have these two worlds in front of them, the feeling of good and the feeling of not good. And then within the good and not good, we have all these different flavors of good and not good. But on the whole, we want to feel good. All human beings want to feel satisfied, having good experiences, good interactions, interfacing with this world in a nice, healthy way. And if a person falls into a state where they are not feeling good, they want to get back to feeling good as quickly as they can. And obviously, this should be done in a healthy way. So all human beings want to feel satisfied. And we do that by the way we think. We do that by having pleasant and nice experiences by ourselves, going for a walk, listening to music, exercise, whatever it may be. It's incumbent that we figure out how we feel good. It's incumbent that we understand what are the ingredients for us as an individual to feel satisfied. They're spending time with friends. So you have this array within our reality of what it is to feel good and all the different ingredients, the algorithms to build up on feeling good more than not good. And obviously we are speaking about all in a healthy, kasha and yasha way. So all human beings want to feel satisfied. All human beings want to feel safe. Safe is born usually through consistency, that there's consistency of behavior, there's consistency of self with behavior as well as others with behavior, there's consistency of spending time together. And through the consistency of behavior, spending time together, etc., we start to pick up on behaviors. We know how we work, so we can feel safe, we can trust. And this safety is something really, really, really important. So, we may go out with friends, we may find things that help us feel satisfied. And a once-off isn't necessarily going to make us feel safe, but a person does something every day, every other day, once a week. So that will collectively build upon each other and compound, and we'll feel safe. I can perceive, I can forecast behaviors, things like that. And when we feel safe, then we can learn to really be far more engaged with what we're doing. When I can feel safe, I could appreciate, I could feel more satisfied. When a person feels less safe, they're on edge. It's the difference between fight and flight, rest and digest, the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. When we are in fight and flight, we don't feel safe. When we are in fight and flight, we are on edge, we're on guard, and we are less engaged in what we're doing in a pleasurable fashion. But when we feel safe, and we have that consistency, then I could feel far more satisfied in the good experiences in life. So again, all human beings, we're suggesting, want to feel satisfied. All human beings want to feel safe. And all human beings want to be seen and heard, which is connected to vulnerability. And as you could probably hear in the words, one layer, one dimension leads to another dimension. They end up working backwards and forwards, and we want to oscillate between all these different spaces. But being seen and heard is to do with that percent of what makes us different. That seen and heard is birthed through vulnerability. Now, if you feel satisfied and if you feel safe, you will allow yourself to feel and experience and express in a vulnerable way. You could be vulnerable. And vulnerability is a key component to growth. As Rabbi Singer would say, if you look at a child, in the human species, when does the greatest physical growth occur? As a child. In the first 16 to 18 years of life, there's tremendous growth. And what comes with that growth at first? The most tremendous vulnerability. Growth equates to vulnerability. The more we know how to be vulnerable, where to be vulnerable, when to be vulnerable, the more we can allow ourselves to be seen and heard in a healthy way, the more we grow. And the more we get to know ourselves, we get to know our dislikes and likes. And this we can call boundaries. And in life, really, if you think about it, reflect upon it, pretty much all of life revolves around these 3-4 elements. It revolves around feeling satisfied, it revolves around feeling safe, and it revolves around being seen and heard and knowing when and how to be vulnerable. And all of that is very much connected to what we call kavod, respect, or having those proper healthy boundaries. And when there is a violation of feeling satisfied, when there's a violation of feeling safe, and when there is a violation of vulnerability, it hurts. It's not good. So we want to make sure in life that we place ourselves around healthy people in healthy spaces to give ourselves that nutritious permission to express our boundaries, to feel satisfied, to feel safe, having that consistency in good experiences together, and allowing ourselves to be vulnerable. I'd like to end here for today with a very important point, and that is we don't need so many friends, just a few friends. We don't need so many communities, just a few communities. We don't need so many mentors, just a few mentors. We can very easily become very overwhelmed. And when we are sharing of ourselves, when we're vulnerable in the wrong places with the wrong people, it's going to hurt us. And we're not vulnerable straight away. We build a relationship. We meet, we feel good, excellent. And then there's a consistency. And as consistency occurs, we feel safer to share because we're being seen and heard. We're being taken note of. And this is what we want, but this is what all human beings want. I want this, you want this. And the more that I can take note of these realities and give it to others, it'll come back to me, hopefully, done in a healthy, kasher and yashar way. Reflect upon that, and may we constantly enrich our life experience. Lots of love.